Keep talking to me the sweet songs of the river.
I think we're fine.
Is that good? No, not the volume, the song I just made. It's got flow.
Keep talking to me the sweet sounds of the river.
Yeah, it flows nice.
It sounds like, and I know you're shining down on me from the river. Like so many friends we've lost along the way.
I'm like Mariah Carey and you're like the guy in Boyz II Men. Baby, please remember.
That's who I am.
You sound like that.
I sound like the guy, the bass.
Baby, please.
And you sound like Mariah Carey.
I sound like if all your dogs are running around in circles because my range is slightly above hers.
Uh-huh.
So
Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
The human on the planet that is known for having one of the highest, if not the highest register.
Yeah, but as judged by other humans.
Okay.
If her and I had a singing competition for dogs, I would crush it.
Okay.
Did you hear that even what I did?
No, I didn't.
You're too old now.
No,
You can't hear.
I didn't
It's
hear.
beyond your range.
Yeah.
If you have a toddler who all of a sudden just started
like freaking out.
No,
Yeah.
excitement. Like they thought they were hearing the sounds from heaven before they were born. It's the same. Tuning into, this is the song they play when they're going through the big, you know what they call it, right? The slide of life. When they're about to embark on the slide of life and they're going to go in the tunnel to see the lights at the end.
Your job is to sing for them.
I go, and they're like, woo! And they slide down right through the canalio and then pew, they pop out.
Okay.
That's why they're crying.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of
Sheena on the couch with her hair. You should have brought a black couch. I just realized that now.
It's one hair. Relax.
But every week there'll be so many hairs here.
There's 2 hairs. That's all.
3.
Wait, do you want to tell? Look at our new setup.
Didn't we say that last week?
No, we did not.
There's a couch covered in
our couch
fur
is here.
In her
our
hair.
New chairs are here. We have a whole.
But don't worry, we
setup.
didn't fix anything in the back. If you zoom in on my camera, you can see all the junk. We just still left it there.
No.
Oh, what's this? There's a new camera here.
Yeah, there's the camera. There's light.
What's this thing?
That's my camera. See how? Stop that.
So if I do this, what are they gonna do?
Don't do that.
Every now and then, I'm just gonna do this Madonna dancing.
Stop that.
What's this big light?
It's to bring more light into
This is like
space.
the canalio that we were talking about before.
Can
All
you
your
stop
babies are
talking
gonna be
about the
looking at
canalio?
When are we going to the Boyz II Men concert?
Friday. By the time they hear this episode, we would have already gone to see Boyz II Men.
It was awesome concert.
Okay.
I can't believe they let me sing with them.
I know.
Well, because Mariah's not in town. They needed someone to carry those high notes.
You actually said that you were going to reach out to them and see if I could sing on stage. Did you do that?
I say a lot of things.
Yeah. Did you even send a note?
No.
Oh. That would have
There's
been really
still time.
cool.
Why don't you send a note? You should have
Because
just
you
sent an
said-
audition tape.
Imagine I send them a note like, I'm a singer. Can I sing with you guys
No.
when you come to Boston?
That's not the move. You take
the
their
move is to
song.
get somebody that you trust.
It's not. I can't say. Oh, it's even worse. Being like, hey, she can't even sing, but she's my wife. So
Why
I'll send
would
it.
you do that?
Because then, if she could sing, they would expect her to do it herself. Everyone has a friend who can sing. You have social media. Just tag them and be like, yo, what's up? That's all. Don't say too much. Let them be like, oh, hey, that's a great voice. Why don't you come sing with us?
That's how it works nowadays. Yo, what's up?
What's up?
All right.
The guy's name is Benello.
No, it's not.
What's his name?
There's 4 guys.
One guy is Benello.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
His name is
What is his name? You can't name any of them.
Dwayne.
Dwayne Benello Johnson.
All right. Can we get into the episode?
We are in the episode. It's
No.
almost over.
No, it's not.
Today's episode is a plea to Benello of Boyz II Men.
People have been asking us to tell them about our trip to India.
Who?
All the people online. They want to know what happened.
I told him already.
What do you mean?
I went to India.
That's it?
I put a picture beside a castle.
Yeah, and then? So we went to India.
Yeah. You went to castle?
We did.
You put a picture? You told them about it?
We have lots of family in India.
Yeah.
And
all Indians are related, as you know.
All Indians, yep.
All auntie, uncle.
Yep.
Saw so many auntie, uncles.
We did. It was
so
amazing.
many young cousins. Now we are the auntie, uncle.
Oh my God, are we?
Yeah.
No, we're not.
We went to that restaurant. You told that kid to get up and move. He said, okay,
no,
auntie.
I didn't. Actually, I called somebody auntie something or uncle something, and
And
they're
he
like,
laughed in your face.
He's like,
I'm 3 years younger than you.
Same age.
Who was it? Who did you auntie that's younger than you?
It was an uncle. I was like,
You uncled him. And he's like, bro, I was born in 88. You older than me, auntie.
I said uncle.
You said uncle. He called you
Nice
auntie?
to see you, uncle. And he said,
He's like, we went to high school together. Was this that guy from your high school?
and I called him uncle, and he's looking at me. He's like, where's the uncle?
That's so good. I'm going to send this episode to him. Maybe he'll send me a nice hoodie.
Maybe.
Because
Oh,
he gets
man.
it straight.
I know.
And get it wholesale like
I
that.
know. It was bad.
Do you
Yes.
believe
Yeah.
that it is necessary
Yeah.
to actually have a topic
Yeah.
for every episode?
I try to take a poll during or after episodes are posted and see, like, are people enjoying the conversations that are a little bit more serious? Are people enjoying the conversations that are just kind of like off the cuff? Are people enjoying more of our story? You guys tell us. You let us know what you want to hear more of. And I'll actually like...
Do they tell you? Where?
Sometimes people will complain about the fact that they don't like a
Oh,
topic.
good. Yeah, that's good. Can we go on other people's podcasts
Yeah.
and then just take what they talk about and talk about it here?
No.
This is the podcast of all podcasts.
I mean,
We'll just borrow other people's ideas.
there are no new ideas. Every idea is borrowed at this point. Like, there's so many.
That's what they told Benello. He's like, no, with 3 of my friends, I can do this. What is our idea? Why don't we give relationship advice? That's
because
what we're good
no, we're not.
at. We're pretty good at having a relationship.
Because we've been together a long
Yes,
time. Who
that's
makes us
all it takes.
experts?
Me.
No, I'm not
I'm
an
the
expert.
number one authority
On
on the
our
men's side in
relationship.
this relationship. Just like this is the number one
Podcast
you're
that they're listening to right now.
Just a short message from our sponsors. This episode is brought to you from Audio.
Okay, enough.
Baba.
Audio Baba is not our sponsor.
But we don't have a sponsor, so
We
I'm just
do
filling
have a
the-
sponsor. Do you want to take a break
No
for a
way.
word from our sponsors
I
already?
just did the sponsor for my Audio Baba. I'm not doing another sponsor. You can't do 2 ads in a row. They'll get so mad at us.
Okay, can we move
I
on?
can barely catch my breath. That's that Mariah Carey lungs right there. You
Yeah,
heard.
I know. You're amazing.
There's a sad note also.
Oh, gosh.
While
what?
we're on it.
I don't want to talk about
Just
sad
where
things.
everyone's so happy now, I want to bring it down a notch.
Okay.
I got a call from my friend.
Uh-huh.
His grandfather passed away.
Oh,
Now you know
no.
what I'm talking about? You will in a second. He was not distraught because his grandfather passed away peacefully asleep.
Okay.
What was scarier was that 3 other people died in his car when he passed.
Wait, what are you talking about?
The grandfather passed
Yeah.
away peacefully asleep.
Oh,
With
while
the
he
other
was
passengers
driving?
in the car.
Oh my God, is this
They
a joke?
did not fare so well. They were screaming for their lives.
This is not the thing to joke about.
No. Who's joking? At least he died peacefully in his sleep.
Oh
That's
my
all.
God. I really thought somebody died.
Well, 4 people.
Oh my God.
1
okay.
peacefully, 3 screaming
Let's
for their
go
lives.
back to our topic
imagine?
at hand. No, I cannot imagine. I don't want to imagine.
Don't imagine that. Unless you're the driver. Then it's okay.
I want to go back to our topic at hand.
We have a topic?
Yeah, India.
What
We're
is it?
talking about India. Our last episode that we did when we talked about India and that Indian wedding that we
Yeah.
went to and the last trip that we did,
Yeah.
people really seemed to like. And so this time they were asking online about how our trip went, the things that we saw, and we actually did quite a lot while we were there.
Tell me.
You were there.
I don't remember these things.
Okay. So we did 1 week with
I
our
went
family.
to Whole Foods for lunch. I ate Indian food. Because I remembered the nice meals I had in India.
We did eat a lot of good meals.
Yeah. You drink
So
milk
many.
in India.
I know that was really. Oh, I was gonna tell a bad part of that story, but
What is the bad
I
part?
drank something that made me really, really sick.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. You were contributing
What do you mean I was
to the
contributing?
dirtiest bathrooms in India. You're like, let me make a deposit. Yes, correct. Did you do Up deposit or down deposit? Up deposit. You're like, oh, here we go.
It was really bad.
This is gross. Even grosser now. Did you sign your name on the wall? Does everyone sign their name?
I think I left that bathroom in better condition than when I got it, just for the record.
I was
so
outside
that was the
wondering what
one
you were doing. Did
downside.
that help?
Like getting it
When
out of my
you walked
system?
into the bathroom and you got that nice flavorful scent, did you immediately throw up even faster?
Probably.
Like you didn't need any assistance at that point. You're just like, "Mwah." Do you think you
I
gave up
haven't-
extra?
Probably.
Like, did you go one level deeper? You know, like cows have like 4 stomachs. Like, did you access?
I found a second
You
stomach.
had a second stomach.
Probably. It was really bad. I have not been that violently ill in a really, really long time. Like, I don't even remember the last time I was that sick. It was
Is it camels that have 4
bad.
stomachs?
They could even have like 5. They're humps. They're not stomachs.
I'm talking about the stomachs.
Sally the camel had 5 humps. Sally the camel had
She had 5 humps.
5 humps.
Why?
So ride, Sally, ride. Bum,
Oh,
bum,
does she
bum.
get more humps as life goes on?
4.
Oh, she loses humps.
Yeah,
so she
loses
has a
humps.
good osteo. Okay. I wonder what
You know,
Sally's
every
copay is.
time- For what?
Her copay.
You know, every
hump
time
removal.
we do these episodes, I'm like, just going to try and hold it together. I'm going to try and hold it together.
What are you
Then do
holding? What is that? Are you holding things again? Did you bring your friends?
No, I'm just trying to hold myself together.
You're going to touch?
No.
What is happening?
Just keeping it together.
I just don't know who your sponsors are anymore. So I just never know. Sometimes you show up with children's toys. Sometimes you show up with adult toys. And I just
All
don't
right,
know. I found that adult toy video, by the way.
There is no adult toys.
Shall I play the audio? Shall I? No. Because I've been busy doing my own research for what I'm going to bring to the podcast. And now I'm finding things in the archives.
Wait, stop for a second. We are going to actually take a word from our sponsor.
You better come back after this ad because I've got something spicy waiting for you. Can we go back to that other topic we were discussing last time we took a quick break?
Okay.
The way you went to the zoo and got clawed in the face.
I did not go to the zoo.
It's funny now because it's behind us.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of behind us. I guess that's the point of this conversation.
Yep. People who've been here for a little while know that I had a little run-in with...
The law.
No. I had some marks on my face and I desperately needed to speak to a dermatologist.
Yes.
And it just so happened that Apostrophe reached out to us to see if we'd be interested in working with them for this podcast.
And you're like, I'm bleeding from the cheeks.
I was not
Tell me
bleeding.
more.
So I did get in touch with Apostrophe. It's an online platform and they put me in touch with an expert dermatology team. I sent them pictures of my face. I showed them what was going on. And basically they created a personalized regime for me to then try.
And now you have it.
Now I have it, and I've been using it for about 4 days. It was delivered straight to our door.
It was good. You open the box. It says, hey, idiot, use this first.
It did not
I mean, it
call
didn't
me
say
an
that,
idiot.
but it made it pretty.
It was very easy.
It was very easy.
There were 2 prescriptions.
Yeah.
It said use this at night, use this
With
in
like
the morning.
notes. Do not put in oatmeal. Put on face.
Make sure you use sunscreen.
I wrote that.
They sent me a tube of sunscreen as well. So it's been 4 days.
So if you too have a cat that destroyed your face.
Or just if you have dermatology or acne needs or
Yeah.
something.
If you're looking for acne,
No.
they have acne cream.
If
Like
you
if
have
you want
dermatology
acne.
needs or if you have acne, then you can contact them.
Oh, to get rid of your acne.
Exactly.
Okay.
Can you tell them what the code is?
Yes. Get your first visit for only $5 at apostrophe.com/Sheena.
Yep.
When you use your code Sheena.
Code
So
is
normally
Sheena.
it's $20, but you'll get it for only $5. So you'll save $15.
And it's super quick. Like within the week, I had the prescription at the door.
Apostrophe.com/Sheena. Thank you.
Thank
for
you.
sponsoring this episode and fixing her face.
We're not going to put that video.
I will try to find it.
You can
I'll
try
just
and-
post it on my Instagram profile.
Basically, what happened was
Follow at The Real Indian
a
Dad.
company reached out to
He
me.
said, can we touch you with our product? And you said, for how much money?
No, that is not
And-
true.
and then
they
we
said,
said
would
no.
you be interested in working with us? They were an adult toy company.
Yes.
And I just read the email
And you're
out.
like,
That's all.
I don't know what this
I
is.
did not want to work with them at all. That was
Why?
that's because that's not my jam. That's just not my jam.
Next topic.
Next up.
Moving on.
So India.
So India, yes. What were you saying about India?
We were telling everyone how our trip went.
I had a great trip.
We had.
I like going to India.
I know it's really.
I like traveling.
You've done 3 trips to India this year or last year.
Past year, yeah. I did 3 trips to India. They were all great.
Yeah.
They all had different things. There's no wedding this time.
No.
This was more for
Family
connecting
time.
with family and also seeing certain parts of India. Zara had never been to India, so this was her first trip.
Yep.
Jay came with me in the summer.
But this was a very different trip for him too.
Well, half of it. Half was
Yes.
very similar.
Yes.
So we had half where we were with the family and we went and we found a sort of a nature retreat where there were activities and things like that for the kids to do, which was a lot of
Super
fun
fun.
for them. And then our second week was filled with more travel, more traditional tourist type trip.
Yeah.
We went to the Taj Mahal. We went
Which
to
I had never been to the
Amber
Taj Mahal before.
Fort.
I had never been.
Yeah.
So that to me was a really cool thing to be able to share with the kids.
Yeah.
I had heard about the Taj Mahal, and for my entire life, anytime I would say, "Oh, I've never been to the Taj," anybody would look at me and be like, "You've never been to the Taj?" It really is magnificent, and I totally get why people say you should go visit it. It is an incredible piece of architecture and art and love, and just it's amazing. We did it. I think we did it right. We got a tour guide who knew so much about the history and took us around. He took us into the Taj. We got a little photography session in, so we got some really nice pictures. And I think the kids had a really, really nice time learning about the culture and learning about the history behind it.
I have 2 things to say on this.
Yes.
One, there is an urban legend that when the Taj was built, after it was built, that Shah Jahan, who was the ruler, the Mughal ruler at the time, cut off the hands of all the architects that were behind it because he didn't want anything like that
To be replicated.
to be built again.
Yeah.
We asked about that, and they
Not
said
true.
there is 0 evidence of that anywhere that happened. There's an expression that the guide told us that essentially said their hands are bound, and that's because he offered them all employment in that village area.
Yeah.
And
And there are still descendants from those families.
maybe.
No,
they
they
say.
are. They're doing the
You
work.
went to their house? You said, "Oh, show me your papers of your father building the Taj." You didn't? Then how you know? Just because he said it? The guy before him said they chopped all his hands. Maybe we'd have gone to the town and it's just a bunch of hands on the wall.
They live in that same.
You went? That could just be like a latrine over there. Who knows?
But the guy that we met, he said his family, like they didn't
No,
want to
his
give
family.
the
That
secrets.
guy gave him 5 rupees after. Don't believe everything you hear.
Okay.
So they live there.
You also
And that's why I'm
believe-
trying to tell the story and then you cut in. What do you expect? Of course you get kicked out of line. You didn't learn anything in India? Don't butt in. You get elbowed in the chest.
You're telling me not to butt into
don't
your
butt into my story. So they all have their hands. Or they've
Yes.
kept their ancestors' hands in a box. I don't know. Something. But the hands are in the family.
Nobody's hands were cut.
So they say.
So they say.
And apparently, if you go and try to find evidence, there really isn't any evidence. He wanted to build a black onyx Taj Mahal that could be seen from this white marble Taj Mahal.
Which is
for
not
himself.
it's not a castle, it's not a palace, it's actually a mausoleum.
Correct. He built it for his wife. When his wife was dying,
Yeah.
she said, "I want you to build something that
Yeah.
shows your love for me." So he
Yeah.
built one of the greatest buildings, still one of the wonders of the world.
Yeah.
And he wanted to build a black one for himself when he died.
Yeah.
His son decided, "Hey, old man,
Too much money.
enough wasting time and money building these things." So then the son put him in jail. In
No,
his
he didn't put him
bedroom.
in jail. He
House
put him on
arrest.
house arrest.
Just
so
left
that
him there.
So
Then when
that
he
didn't
died,
spend.
he literally took the Taj Mahal, which is perfectly balanced from every angle.
Mm-hmm.
Every side, it looks the same. The mom's tomb is right in the center.
Yeah.
So everything is perfectly symmetrical
Yeah.
until the father's tomb shows up. It's a
Yeah.
little bit to the left. He just put him there. So here
Yeah.
you go. You stay here.
Yeah.
What a crazy move that is. Could have suspended him from the ceiling, something to keep the symmetry.
Does that bother you?
No, not me.
Okay.
But I found it interesting that he was like, "Hey, go sit in your room. When you die, I'm going to put you here." The second thing I will say,
Yeah.
we enjoyed our trip, which took us to Agra for the Taj. Then we went by car to Jaipur. Then we went from Jaipur to Amritsar.
Yep.
Then we went Amritsar to Delhi. Then we went Delhi back to London, London home.
Yep.
Without the travel agent, we would have been dead.
100%.
Completely dead. We tried to book certain hotels on our own.
Yeah.
Just getting out of Delhi and getting in because we were booking them when we were booking our overall travel, and we said we'll leave intercity.
They were canceled.
She was so sweet. What is the point? That's how you tell your jokes. You start with the punchline and then no one cares about the line. I can't fill this show. You just go like we're gonna do a bullet point show.
Let me talk.
It was canceled. We flew, canceled, booked, rebooked. Sorry.
I thought you were going to use the time to praise the travel agent.
No.
Okay,
What's there
I
to
will
do now?
it.
You already told the punchline. Go, praise her.
She was incredible.
Yeah.
And I really highly urge, if you're going to take a trip like
We
this with
cannot
your
say
family.
what her thing is.
I can't tell you who she is, but I'm just saying.
You know why we can't?
Why?
She's the only travel agent I know in the world who said I don't want referrals.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Why not?
I said I want to tell people how amazing you are. She goes, you could send them one by one to me, but
she doesn't want.
I don't want more clients.
Really?
That's how good she is.
She's fantastic. She checked
So
in with
please
us.
call Sonal at. Wait, let me give her phone number. I won't give her phone number, but she was amazing.
She checked in with us at every step of the way. I don't know travel like this.
No, it was
I don't
amazing.
know that any travel agent
name, but I
does
won't give
this,
it.
but she was truly remarkable. She was one of the best human beings I've ever worked with. Sonal, 10 stars, not even 5, 10 stars,
Yeah.
100 stars, 1,000 stars.
1,000 stars minus one.
Why -1?
Just to keep inspiring her to do better.
Oh, okay.
Don't want her to get complacent.
Okay.
That was a huge bonus on our trip because these little things that can go wrong can go really wrong. So we ended up having a car service that picked us up from the airport once we got to Agra.
Yeah.
And we went with that same car to every spot. And then that car drove us to Jaipur and we stopped along the way. And
then to
having
the
that
airport at the
vehicle
end.
Until the end, yeah. And it's not cost prohibitive for a North American or European audience when you think about the cost of all of these hotels and the car service and every place we visited. It's really not what you would think because you travel sometimes to Europe or wherever and each entry fee for any site you want to go see is $20, $30, $40 a person.
Yeah.
It was nothing like that. It was quite affordable.
And they're also very familiar with the customs and they're familiar with conversations and areas and people. And so it is very helpful and beneficial to have somebody like that with you at all times that you get progressively more and more comfortable with. And our kids were more comfortable.
Also.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sirf main Hindi baat karta hu. I just said I'm the only one in the family that spoke Hindi.
Yeah.
So when we went, at least we had that little bit of help.
Yes.
But even for me, it would have not been easy to go and do all of these tours and understand everything because the pace is very different. It's very quick.
100%.
Having the tour guide explain things so you can go off the path and you don't have to be with a larger group or anything was helpful, particularly in Jaipur where we did multiple sites and the guide took us and explained how each of those sites were used.
And remember, the driver that we had actually was the one that said, you cannot leave this area without seeing this one particular spot. Yeah. And that was the one that we enjoyed the most on that day.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was, I'll tell you guys this little story. It's kind of like an Aesop's fable. So like tales from your childhood. Imagine that, like with a nice message or whatever at the end. There's something that we've grown up hearing called Akbar and Birbal. These are stories that have nice messages that are based on stories from the Mughal emperor days. Now, our kids have grown up hearing these from their grandfather. And we actually ended up at the palace of Akbar and his... what do they call him? His advisor, Birbal.
Yeah.
And it was like this full circle moment when Jay stood in front of the palace and in front of Birbal's home. It was just a really beautiful moment to see.
I don't think he even well, he obviously knew that these stories were based on real people, but I don't know at which point he understood that versus like fictional characters, because you
Yes.
see these comic books
Yes.
and they're all stories with good moral messages, but
Yeah.
those could all be invented.
100%.
So at some point he knew they were real. He had no idea where in the world they transpired.
Yeah.
He just knew, okay, he thought
I
they were
didn't
Indian.
even know they were
Yeah.
based so much on reality until
Who
we saw.
knows, right? This is from the 1500s, right? So, but all that being said, Akbar was an emperor.
Yeah, and Birbal was
Birbal
an
was
advisor
one of his
to,
advisors. So in these stories, so they said, oh, this is Birbal's house.
Mm-hmm.
And Jay said, well, no, it's not his house. He came here when he was sick so
Mm-hmm.
they could take care of him, but he actually lived in the village, and the village is not here anymore.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, this guy knows.
Yeah.
So he went to the house where
Yeah.
Birbal was aided.
And we have
while
a
he was
really, really
sick.
nice picture of Jay standing in front of the house with you, actually.
Yeah.
I'll insert a couple pictures at the
Yeah.
end of our trip here.
So it was good. It was a very, very nice trip.
That was
time
day
you-
2 of our travels.
travel day.
Yeah. And then the third day, we ended up in Jaipur. It was also a beautiful as far as what we saw, but that was the day that I was very, very ill.
But you still took photos?
I did. I took a lot of
A
pictures.
lot of photos at
and
the, where were we? We were at the
City Palace.
City Palace. There's actually a royal family,
Yeah.
current day royal family
That still lives there.
that lives in the house. And this is true. They Airbnb
yeah.
a floor of their house.
Yeah.
So the royal family lives there. They Airbnb one floor for a very, very large sum of money per night.
Mm-hmm.
The bottom 1 or 2 floors are like a museum and you can walk around. There are certain rooms that you can visit during your tour that they use for Diwali and things like that. And it's very interesting to see because these royal families in India, before India was India, they each had their own little fiefdoms. And then when it became a democracy, they got rid of all of that.
Yeah.
And there was a period of time where the government essentially gave these royal families some portion of money
Yeah.
for giving their rights
Yeah.
to the consolidated country. And then that has been abolished as well.
Yeah.
So you have this family there who has essentially turned to hospitality,
Yeah.
where you have tours, and it was very well done. You have tours, you have this great palace, they have a restaurant
Yeah.
in the middle of the place.
It's beautiful.
It's really nice, but it's incredible to see,
Yeah.
right? It's like they are continuing to generate revenue
Yeah.
off of what they currently have,
Yeah.
which was interesting.
And I think they're also involved in, you know,
Oh, a lot of great
politics
things,
and
yeah.
really amazing charities, and
Yeah.
so they're filling their time in nice ways.
I don't
but
know
it
if
was
there's
really,
any politics.
She
She said she's
yes.
involved in politics
Yes,
too.
she
That's
is
great
involved
to
in
help the
politics.
local voice
where she
be
listens.
heard.
She listens
Yeah.
to their pleas.
Well, that's right. That's right.
Right. She has that open space
In
where
the
she
house,
is,
which is great that people can still go and air their
It
grievances.
was really amazing to see.
Yeah.
I wish I was feeling a little bit better that day, but
Could have
it was-
vomited in a royal palace.
No,
You
I'm
didn't get a
so
chance to do
glad
that.
I didn't.
It's funny how these things happen. You were not feeling well.
Yeah.
You threw up when we parked to
Yeah.
go to the palace.
Yeah.
We went to the palace.
I was
You
fine
were fine
for the
during the entire
entire-
tour. Then we went to lunch,
Yeah.
which was really good. You didn't enjoy, but the rest of us
I didn't
did.
eat anything.
Yeah, and then I think you got sick again after that. Maybe not.
Yep. In the
As we were
actual-
leaving.
in the
Yeah.
actual restaurant I
While
was
we were
sick.
leaving.
Yeah.
And then we left. So you had this moment where you were fine.
Yeah.
We saw all the palace.
Yeah.
You see, even the tour guide, they know the security guards. They get you photos in the areas you're not supposed to sneak into.
Our tour guide was incredible. He knew like the nice bathrooms. He knew
The
the,
nice
not nice
bathrooms is key.
bathrooms. He's like, I'm really sorry, that was not a nice bathroom.
Yeah.
But he was so kind with his time and with just making sure that we were okay and making sure that we had a good spot so that I
Yeah.
could rest. And I have to say that our kids, I know we waited many years when they were little. We said, we want to take them to India. We want to take them to India. We want to take them to India. And when we finally did, we were hoping that they were ready.
Yeah.
They were so ready.
Oh, they're
and then
troopers.
some.
Yeah.
The day that I was sick, I remember really, truly feeling like I could barely put one foot in front of the other by the time our day was over, and we still had travel to get to our next stop. the way that they took care of me was super impressive, because you were taking care of travel. You were taking care of organizing, making sure our bags, we got to the right places on time. They were taking care of me.
Yeah, they're carrying your
They
stuff.
were carrying my stuff. They were rubbing my back. They were asking me if I wanted water. They were reminding me to drink water. Like all the things that I feel we as parents have done
all
for
the
them.
things I paid them to do.
No, all the things that we
You're
as
like, she drank
parents
water, give me $5.
have done for them over the years. It came full circle, and it was just it was a really cool thing to see how they rallied.
Yeah. And you know who told me what medication to get you?
The travel
The
agent.
travel agent. I was like, so no, she's not well. She goes, okay, don't worry. You need to get this.
Yes.
Is there a pharmacy on the way? And I said, yes, we can stop. She said, okay, if there's not, I'll call the hotel and make sure they go
Yeah.
get it for you.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
Yeah. So after that night, we did these 3 days of hopping
spiritual
around.
retreat. Oh,
we did these
yeah,
3
yeah.
days of hopping around these beautiful spots. And then we did 3 days at the very end at almost like a spiritual retreat.
Yes.
We had friends and family there as well. And I think that to me was the perfect way to end this
Yeah.
trip, because it gave us a chance to reflect. It gave us
Yeah.
a chance to be thankful. Zara celebrated her 11th birthday there.
Yes.
And
We reconnected with our family that we had thankfully seen recently
Yeah.
at Thanksgiving. But
Yeah.
it was nice to see them again.
Yeah.
And it's amazing at this age when you have kids that are, 10, 11, 13, 14,
Yeah.
how quickly they grow, how quickly they mature. Even those, 8
Few
weeks,
months,
2
yeah.
months, you could see a difference in the kids. But it was nice for them, for
To reconnect
all
with
the
each
kids
other.
to get together again, to continue to bond,
Yeah.
which is nice.
And I think that it was really cool for our kids to see this side of India too, like the
Yeah.
spiritual side. There's a huge anchor of spirituality in India, I think more so than any other places that I have visited in the world.
Yeah.
There is this massive anchor, or people are so rooted in their religion or spirituality. And I find it really beautiful. Like our kids have come back, they say a little prayer before they eat. We are not the family that says grace before every meal, but I'm noticing that they close their eyes and they say a quick little thanks before they eat since we've come
Well,
back.
I mean, their grandparents have been doing that with them since they were babies.
Yes.
But when they're not here, you're right.
They haven't
now
really
they've been doing
stuck
on
with
their
it,
own.
but now
Yeah.
they've been doing it on their own. And I think we're
It's
also
really
a little bit
annoying
better.
because I'm done eating sometimes by the time they're still doing their prayers. I'm like, come on, bro.
It doesn't matter. Honestly, it doesn't. It's the
a
thought
joke.
that counts.
I don't really do that.
I know.
Now you make me have to clarify because you didn't clarify for the people.
I
In
don't.
the comments below, please say that you know that I pray before I eat.
Yes.
Thank you for listening to the #1 podcast you're listening to right now.
Yeah, that was our trip in a
we haven't
nutshell.
said that a lot because
You-
it slipped to the #2 podcast.
It did?
Yeah.
Who became number
I was
one?
listening to 2 podcasts at the same time. But now we're back.
Yeah.
Season 2.
Yeah.
Stronger than ever.
Okay, so if you're still here, you're
We
still
got picked up for
listening.
season 2,
we
guys.
got picked up
Got
for season
picked
2.
up for season
We
2.
need you to tell us in the comments the kinds
How much
of
money it will take for you to get 5,000 of your friends to listen? Average listener per episode is now
The kinds of
10,000. We
things-
need to get to 20 or they're going to cut us off. I'm going to tell them how it is.
No,
Don't
that's
tell
not-
us what you want to hear because one person commenting means nothing.
No,
You could say you need 100 likes
I am
beside
going
your
to
comment.
do a poll on YouTube on our community board.
Okay.
I'm going to do a poll, and I want to hear from
I
people.
want 100 votes for the topic. If
Okay.
you get 100 votes, we'll do the topic.
Okay.
Anyone can give a topic.
Okay.
I want to hear about foot odor. Okay, we're going to do a topic, foot odor. What if someone types that? Then who cares? You need someone
We
to
want
stand behind
multiple,
it.
yes, multiple people's like second,
Ciento.
third, fourth. Yeah, okay, fine. 100 people. You have to second.
So,
You have to second that
Sa-
motion. Okay, I understand. I hear you.
100.
Okay, I understand. On that note, let's wrap it up. I have the perfect song for the end of this episode.
What?
Although we've come to the end of the road,
Say end of the episode.
still I can't let go. It's unnatural. You belong to me. I belong to you.
Baby, please don't forget me.
Bonello?
My name is Bonello. 1-800 Bonello.